Hi, my name is Funto Ibuoye and this is my husband, Gaise Ibuoye, popularly known as Gaise Baba, and we are the Ibuoyes. How did we meet? We met October 2012 at so there was this event by Steve Harris where I was volunteering. I was on the registration desk, and this guy comes, he was part of the participants. So he comes.
Those that paid to come.
Exactly.
She volunteers, so she didn't have to pay to.
Exactly. So he came, and okay, before then I'd been seeing him on Twitter. So I go, oh, you're the Gaise Baba. I'm like, yeah. That's how we met. And then he fell in love with me. I could not keep his eyes. Answer.
Petite.
Like you were head over heels in love. Like, oh my gosh, this girl, I can't.
See why she's one that does the
So you just told me I was just petite, really?
That's the question I was asked. What was my first impression? Answer your question.
So you did not say, wow, this girl.
Oh, petite. That's all.
So my first impression was, what's this guy feeling like? Like, he was just feeling like a fine boy. He was feeling like, popular.
It was not the feeling.
I was like, I beg.
It was just
I was like, what's this all feeling like now? That's my own first impression. Yes.
Was at ICM. I think ICM was rather new.
Yeah.
That time. It was actually at KFC.
2012.
It was at KFC in ICM. Keja City Mall, Lausa. So we decided that was the next time we were seeing since we met. So after we met, we had been talking and chatting and stuff, but we hadn't seen again. So we were like, okay, what's up? Let's meet up.
Like he just really wanted to meet me, like he had missed me.
I will not answer
so
any
much.
question. I'll just be answering the questions. I don't understand.
Yeah. So how did I know? So we met in October 2012, and then we had this date in December. This our first date was in December. So between October and this, I'm explaining my process to how I knew. Just calm down. So between October and December, we had been conversing on BlackBerry. Then it was BlackBerry that I was able to. We've been talking, and during our conversations, my husband would just, he wasn't trying to show me that he was a Christian guy. He wasn't trying to speak Christianese. He was just being himself, and we'll be having simple conversations, and from the conversations, you just find a way to take it back to scripture. You'll just drop one very wise advice or, stuff, and I was like, wow, like, so there are really deep people like this. So me, I did not exactly get a knowing from God like this is your husband. I personally told God by myself that this is your son. I really like him. He's wise and then he's fine. Blah blah blah. I told God that this was the person I wanted. So it was a case of me telling God that this is what I wanted. So it wasn't a case of me. He had everything that I wanted, basically, and extra pink lip, extra. Now he has good hair, but he had everything. He ticked all my boxes. So it was a case of me telling God that, God, I really like this son of yours, and this is the person that I want. So yeah, that was my experience.
I didn't know that she was born. So I was in a relationship before we met. I've been in a relationship for about 3-4 years. In 4 years with like a 7-month break or something like that. So 8-month break. I don't remember the exact figures. So this was a great person, an amazing person, but I didn't. After like 1 or 2 years, I started struggling with not feeling like this was it, you know. So eventually we broke up, and we kind of agreed, but it was me that initiated, stuff like that. And I felt that I didn't feel responsible about that, you know. I feel like, because I asked her, I feel like a guy has to have a higher sense of responsibility. So I feel like you should have been sure before you carry this person into this relationship. You know what I mean? So I felt, in simple terms, I felt irresponsible for getting a daughter of God into a relationship and being the same person who's now saying, okay, no, I don't think this is it. You should have been sure before carrying her inside the relationship. You get what I mean? And I feel that if we guys can have that higher sense of responsibility, there'll be less heartbreak, at least in church. You know, because we're supposed to be mending hearts, not breaking hearts. You know what I mean? So when we broke up and she was in the picture, I was more cautious now. Now my ex relationship was my only previous relationship, and I mean, I was in 400 level in school before I got into that relationship, and I had previous close, almost relationship and stuff, and that was because I actually had a cautious. I was usually checking. Am I sure? I really wanted to be sure because I wanted my first relationship to be my only relationship. I had that. Maybe it was pride. I don't know. I just felt like.
I can tell the story that I met her. I knew she was the one, and we got married.
So I know you have plenty of experience.
Blah blah blah. Please, how did you know I was the one? That's the question.
About my experience. So at this point now, I was now like, you know what? If I've had this experience of asking someone out, and then I now didn't feel like this was it, that means I can't trust myself. Like I can't trust my judgment on my own. So I needed a higher power, someone greater than me. So I was just like, no, I need to take I liked her. I really, really did like her. She liked me too, liked herself. So it was like, it just made sense to get in a relationship. But I was like, you know what, I can't trust this like alone again. So I need to be surer. I need something beyond myself. So I took out time. I told her I can't get into a relationship now, and I need to just take out time and search the word. Yeah, be sure. So I did that, and then after, I think it was after 7 months. This was late December 2012. Then I think by June I was sure. So late July.
How were you sure?
Started dating. I found scriptures that pointed to her, and those scriptures have kept me.
We met in October. Then in December we had our first date. This was December 24th. Then he now did not talk to me till December 31st night. So December 31st night, he now sent me a message that, so he had broken up with his ex, and really, I was really happy. Like, oh my gosh, we're going to start a relationship. Enter the new year with a new man. Only for him to now come and say that he needed to take the entire year off relationship so that I could focus on God and just really be sure that I was the one. And to be honest, that really broke me. Like, I literally cried. Like, I don't understand. What do you mean that you want to take the whole year off? So it was actually in that period of, it was then that when he told me that I actually went to God and said, God, you know what? I really like this your son, and if it means me waiting for him for 1 year, I would wait for him for 1 year. I told God that if after 1 year, this guy now comes and starts telling me stories that, sorry, you are not the one God is leading me to, I'll be fine with it, on the fact that the person that God has for me will be way, way better. But I was willing to wait for 1 year for this son of God. Yeah.
The son of God. That sounds cheeky.
Okay, this son of man.
This guy. Simple.
I'm not a child of God. I don't know. Wedding day was fun. Like I loved. We had so
Was
much
busy.
fun. We had so much fun. We
Engagement,
did
church, reception, same day.
everything on the same day. So I was really busy, but I was not a bridezilla. I was just a co-bride. I loved everything about my wedding. Bridezilla, like all those brides that they want to be in control of everything, like everything must be. But I wasn't that. So I loved everything. Our wedding day for me was amazing, and then we had this. What's the name of that dance? We had this dance at our reception, and I think it was really cool. Yeah.
2 steps forward.
We learned it the night before the wedding, and we did it at the
Nice job.
reception. And yeah, I think my wedding day was amazing.
Yeah, it was. It was beautiful. You know. Companionship on a deep level, like naked companionship. Yeah, let me put it that way, because you can have companionship with friends and it's still deep to a level, but that intimate, transparent, naked companionship where you see this person in the entire light of their being, and this person sees you the same, and you can connect and plan and live as a single entity.
Yeah, I think that's the same thing for me as well. Yeah, just really having someone to really do purpose with, to do kingdom with, to do life with. Really, I think that's the best part for me. How has our relationship evolved? We've grown in so many ways. I would say that we are definitely not the same people we are today 5 years ago. We've learned a whole lot, and it's just really been a journey. There's of course still so much more to learn, but I'll say that we've grown so much. I remember the first about 6-7 months of our marriage was what would I say, was it a culture shock or was a rude awakening? Before I got married, I thought that I was the nicest girl ever. Like, I could not hurt a butterfly. I was just a good girl until marriage revealed me to me, and I literally had to carry myself to God and say, God, if you don't give me wisdom, I'm going to literally tear down this marriage with my own hands. And so it's been literally me surrendering every day, dying to myself, dying to my flesh, dying to my ego, and letting God just teach me how to build this marriage. I've been a better person for it. Yeah.
I think I got all the advice that I should have gotten as a newlywed. Majorly, I remember 2, and neither was at the wedding. What you don't learn that rather at the church or reception. The biggest things I learned was what my then boss told me about a few weeks before, and what my manager told me the morning of the wedding. Those are the things that made biggest impact. He was like, yes, if your marriage fails, it's your fault, not your wife, not anybody, it's you. If your marriage fails, it's your fault. You're the one who has the highest degree of responsibility for the success of your marriage, as the man, as the head. If it fails, it's your fault. If you have that mindset, I promise you, you'll be fine. I never forgot, I always remembered, and it helps me to give myself for my wife, because that's what the Bible asks husbands to do. Love your wife. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself for her. So the full package of what the Bible says husbands should do is love, like Christ loves the church and gave himself for her. He didn't just stop at love, he described love. It's not Telemundo love. So that was that. The second one was what my manager told me the morning of my wedding, that morning I was on my way to the engagement, because the engagement was I think 7 or so. He goes, Gaise, how you did? And I'm fine. Only we don't need to go church, but we need to go engagement. I'm okay, alright. You get lead? I said, eh? Then you get lead? I said, what's with that? He said, I know it's true. You don't know lube. Let me just tell you, you need lubes tonight. There are 2 types. There's water-based, there's oil-based. I've never heard lube my whole life. Water-based, oil-based. Water-based, KY jelly. Oil-based, he told me like 2 other ones. He says so, but you know go fit buy them now. No worry, I will get for you. When I'm coming to church, I will just hand it over to you. So I think he got it, and it was a lifesaver eventually. That was a massive advice I got. Practical.
I think my own is the advice that I was told that I don't think it was right. So we had gone to greet one of a family friend, really. I can't even really remember what. I remember that she called me aside and she was trying to give me advice for my marriage, and I remember that she said, that she was talking to me about finances and money in marriage. So she went on like, your husband doesn't need to know about every money that you're making, that, you know how men are. So you just have to keep your own separate, just to be protected or something like that. But I got into marriage and there's nothing like. I told him immediately, but because our marriage we've grown so much because we've been so open with each other, with everything, our finances. Like there's nothing about me or about my money that he doesn't know. There's nothing about him that I don't know, and that's really what has helped us so far. And the other one is, I think that there's an advice that I wish that he told me. So there's this advice that goes on. It's not like it's just there somewhere amongst church people about how a wife is supposed to submit to her husband based on how her husband loves her. But the scripture does not really even say it like that. You submit to your husband whether he loves you or not, because you're doing it for God. And as you're doing it for God, God is honoring you and also working on him to love you. So I remember the first 6 months of my marriage, my submission was based on how I felt loved by my husband. And that was really what usually caused all the major issues that we had when we first got married. And that kind of understanding that really saved me a whole lot. Yes.
No matter where your marriage is at the moment, God can fix it.
Yep.
Even if there's domestic violence, just be at an arm's reach. Arm's reach, so that's what it's called. Arm's length, yes. So live so that the hand cannot reach you, whether man or woman. Live and then see if God fixes that, but treat with extra caution. Domestic violence, that one. And also, domestic violence can be physical, can be emotional. That's why the Bible says that it's better to dwell at the corner of the rooftop wife and all. But majorly, the what I'm just trying to say is wisdom. Is the wisdom that God gives or can give that can fix a marriage. So I'm just trying to say that we shouldn't give up on our marriages, regardless of what level of bliss or that is presently available or there or not there. So don't give up. Don't say there are irreconcilable differences. God can reconcile several kinds of differences.
Yeah.